actually, it's funny, I'm not really proud of any one particular feature, because to me, it's the entire product set that I'm excited about. All these features, small or large, are made up of an amalgamation of the entire feature set for the entire application. So at the end of the day, if you're an artist and you're painting a picture, there's not any one aspect probably to that painting that artist really feels is the most important aspect to that. It's more about the finished product. And it's funny, when you finish a product like this, or I guess if you're an artist, I'm sure you can always find flaws in those things. There's not ever any one perfect thing. So what we're going to continue to strive for is to try to make it as perfect and as perfect as we possibly can throughout that process. And we get done with this whole thing, I'm going to feel like, I hopefully will feel like that we did a good job and we accomplished the goal of creating a great piece of art. And that's really the goal at the end. Well, our industry is really lagging behind. Since I left in 2015 and sold AutoStar Solutions, I've been really surprised at the lack of innovation that's happened in the industry. There's a lot of old platforms, legacy platforms that are, very, very old, 20 years, 30 years old, that have had new faces put on them, but they're essentially the same software application that they were that time ago. So, innovating and creating new software is paramount into making this product different and making it unique and making it viable for the people that are using it. Creating a sustainable company and a sustainable product means that, one of the things about starting from scratch means that we don't have to have and absorb technical debt from the past. And what technical debt is, for those that don't know what that is when you've continued to build a product over time, it's like building a house. When you built that house and you built your house and you didn't really know what your family was going to look like, and you continue to grow your family, eventually the house becomes potentially unsustainable. So you either start adding rooms to the house, expanding the house, or end up having to move. And in this particular case, we're building a house that we think will accommodate a very large family. And if we can move a small family into a larger home, then they never have to worry about moving. And that's really the goal here. And we don't have to absorb a lot of the decisions that were made 25 years ago. We get to think about everything that's new, everything that's creative, everything that's innovative, and start thinking about the things that really can make a difference in people's lives. A lot like building that home I was describing. If you built it the fifth time it's going to be far better than it was the first time. So we built several of these. This will be my fifth derivative or fifth application in this particular market space, and we think we're doing it bigger and better than ever. The word DMS to me is very interesting. It depends on what space you're from, but when I think of the word dealership management system, I think of a sales and inventory management system with accounting functionality associated with it. But if you were in the new car space, all those would be in a single solution. But in the used car space, they tend to think of a DMS as the overall solution, which would be their buy here, pay here technology, their inventory, their sales, and with an accounting integration. All the products that are available today in this space, by and large, 95% of those products do not have their own accounting solution on the back end. They're relying on third-party accounting solutions like QuickBooks or other accounting platforms to do their accounting. So the main system is really the system of record, and the accounting system is more of an afterthought. In an ERP, we're going to a single solution: our CRM, our accounting, our sales, our lending, our receivables, just general everyday receivables, our service management application, and again, all the accounting functionality is in a single solution. So everything begins and ends essentially from an accounting perspective. And at the end of the day, in order for you to run a business successfully, you have to have really good accounting. And one of the difficulties in these other systems, and I dealt with this at AutoStar, is that we're depending on third-party accounting systems, and the users that use those is difficult because there's a lot of opportunity to get those products out of sync. and those products don't mesh and fit together anymore. It's really difficult. So for instance, just as a hypothetical, if you went in and you received inventory and you posted additional costs of that inventory, and then you ultimately sold that inventory, there are still adjustments that need to be made sometimes on those transactions. Maybe you have an additional cost you haven't posted, or some additional fee that you didn't post on your sales transaction. Well, if you are working in a single solution, when you go to the accounting solution, you can make adjustments, and that flows through to the entire system so that the entire record is updated and you have visibility across those spectrums. If you're working in a third-party accounting solution like a QuickBooks or something in a primary dealership management system, then those edits don't go all the way through. So the DMS has no awareness whatsoever as to what happened in the accounting system. And the accounting system is nothing more than a subsidiary transaction that happens after the fact. It's more of an after the fact. Whereas in this application, this ERP, we have a complete 360-degree view of the customer and the transaction.